me, if they don't make a move this offseason, if they lose to Miami, they've gone from patience to cowardice to fear-based. You have to win this year. The Raptors in the East fell apart physically. The Miami Heat are starting 2 undrafted guards. Philadelphia had the Harden mess. The Bucks lost Chris Middleton. This is the year. This is it. You're not beating Milwaukee fully stocked next year. Miami has a way of attracting free agents. They're not going to be starting undrafted guards forever. It's time. If you can't get through Miami, take a big swing. Lakers do. 8 titles last 35 years. You've got 1. It was the one time you took a big swing. KG Ray Allen. I'm not saying you move everybody. I'd keep Jason Tatum. But Jaylen Brown, good B-plus player. This year, his field goal percentage was down. His scoring was down. His three-point percentage was down. He's peaked. He's good. But this is what he is. This is what he is. Good B-plus player. Marcus Smart just won Defensive Player of the Year. Yes, he did, and he deserved it. And for 8 years, he's played his butt off on the defensive end, hit the floor, got run over, and that, my friends, wears you down. He's still a limited offensive player. What about Robert Williams? What about him? $11 million. He used to be cheap. They gave him an extension. Now he's a little expensive for a guy that's limited offensively, and he's hurt all the time. Draft and develop. Green Bay, the patience sometimes feels like fear and cowardice. If you can't get past Miami with 2 undrafted starters, Milwaukee, no Middleton, Raptors fell apart physically. Sixers had the Harden mess. I didn't even mention Brooklyn. Chances are Kyrie and KD play more regularly. Like you got to make moves on this. I'm over the, we're patient here. You're the second biggest brand in the sport. Like, I understand Green Bay. Players don't want to play in Green Bay. Like, I get it. They have to draft and develop. They're missing a leg on the bar stool. You can get players trading, acquiring, drafting, and then free agent, and they don't get the free agent thing. Not very much. I get that. But Boston, big money, great history. But enough with the future and enough with patience. You don't win now. You got to take a swing. And again, I've seen the Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart. You do realize they're all just better versions of what they were 3 years ago. That's what they are. It's the same group of guys. Marcus Smart's never going to be a 1 or a 2. He's always going to be a defense guy. Jaylen Brown's never going to be a 1. On great teams, he'd be a 3. Jason Tatum is a 1. Now, he's not a LeBron 1. He's not a Luka 1 or maybe a Giannis 1, but he's a 1. They always say that about kids. Your kids' psychology is developed by like 9 or 10. If they don't grow up with abuse or violence, statistically, they're safe from a lot of bad things that happen in life. It's the same thing with athletes. Athletes come into this league with a certain ceiling. Then you don't come into the league as a C ceiling and go to an A-plus guy. Kevin Garnett, LeBron, young players, one and done. Jason Tatum came into this league with a chance to be an A player. Jaylen Brown came into this league with a chance to be an A- B+ player. That's what he is. Marcus Smart was going to be a C+ to a B guy, all defense. It's exactly what he is. Robert Williams, nobody saw him as Shaq, Akeem, Embiid. It's not what he was. That's why he didn't go to a basketball power. Long, can play, 11 a game, 4 years in. So I think you got to take swings on this stuff. If this is the year, if you can't win it this year, you're not winning it. And by the way, again, Golden State, Jordan Poole is just moving into his prime. Jonathan Kuminga, they're going to end up being very viable for years and years. Phoenix is probably not going away. Dallas is only getting better. I'm just talking East. But this is the path for you. It was laid out for you. You lose tonight. You go down 0-2. You lose this series. Take a swing. I'm over the future thing and the patience thing. Hustler Turf's the brand lawn care professionals trust when it comes to premium zero-turn mowers to run their business. Now, they got a full lineup of residential mowers for people like you and me. To find a Hustler dealer, all you have to do is call pound 250 from your cell phone and say Hustler Country. That's it. Pound 250 and say Hustler Country. And you'll be connected to a Hustler authorized dealer near you. These are experts in outdoor power equipment. Yeah, you can get a lawnmower from a big box retailer. The ones with the orange vests. Sure, go ahead. Are you getting the product expertise? Where are you going to take your mower if it needs to be serviced? What about you got a warranty claim? 1,400 dealers. Check it out. Hustler Turf. Dial pound 250. Say Hustler Country. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from Hustler Turf Equipment.
Tonight.
Yeah.
And they will likely get Marcus Smart back. He is listed as probable with a mid-foot sprain. Al Horford is still in health and safety protocols, doubtful for Game 2. The Heat will also be, again, without Kyle Lowry, who's only played 5 games this postseason, dealing with a hamstring strain. Max Strus and Gabe Vincent are also questionable for the Heat in Game 2. So we're getting to that part of the season where guys have put in the time, starting to get a little banged up.
Yep.
Other role players are going to have to step up for everybody. I mean, the injuries has been a part of the conversation in the postseason all the way through. Obviously, Chris Middleton, John Morant. So you have to balance your roster. This is why you want a deep roster. You're dealing with injuries. You're going to have to overcome it. Everybody has, and that's just what the situation is. You have this in every postseason. But this particular game, I think, is going to be on the lower scoring side. Right. The Celtics are going to come out with a lot of energy, try and limit the mistakes that they had in the second half. Likewise, the Heat, that initial first half in Game 1 was a disaster. I don't think they're going to do that as well. I think it's going to be a defensive battle tonight. The Heat are favored by 3.5 in Game 2, according to Fox Bets, and the Celtics just announced that Derek White will be out due to personal reasons. So it's going to be a lot of adjustments from the coaches tonight, messing with these lineups to make sure everybody's on the floor. All right, so we had a little moment on the show yesterday where we were discussing Luka Doncic and his. We assumed lunchtime. If it had been posted when it went on the internet, it would have been breakfast time. Now it appears it may have been dinner time beverage choices. But this picture of Luka Doncic went viral yesterday. He's having a beer with his coach Igor and Boban, and there was some debate when it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't really actually confirmed before we got off the air when the picture was taken.
Right.
Well, a Mavs spokesperson confirmed to TMZ yesterday it had not been taken yesterday morning at 9:30 in the morning.
All right.
So we don't know exactly when it was taken, but it was not a game day beer. Congratulations to all the guys out there who were freaking out. I'm like, Luka, I have a beer on game day too. No, you're not. Luka's
It
not
was
drinking on game day.
a little early to get your beer on, but
Yes. Also, he's at the facility getting some shots up and, getting ready for the game. But that did not go very well for the Mavs yesterday. 20 points, the fewest for him in this postseason. 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 7 turnovers for Luka in Game 1. The game wasn't terribly surprising to me. Again, I think these series will go long.
Yeah.
Game 1 usually goes to the home team, and Golden State's done this a time or two. So I still think it'll be a long series, but that was a rough start for the Mavs.
It was. A lot of missed open Jays. Joy with the news.
Well, that's the news.